Under normal conditions, on an average day, there are 3 lunches. And there's Miss Sandy getting ready. Think about this for a second. 740 students times 180 school days. That's over 133,200 lunches every year. Take a look at the cafeteria now. As you can see, it's missing a lot. Right now, it's being used as storage. We still have the chairs, we still have the big screen TVs, but of course, they're not being used. So today, we're going to take a behind-the-scenes look at how it's all done, where it all happens, here in the kitchen. Normally, this would be where we'd have our pizza and our meal for the day. There were always numerous choices. When I went to school, it was cheeseburger Monday. Wednesdays, we had ravioli and white rice, and that was it. If you didn't like the meal they were serving, you went hungry. Now we have all sorts of options. Everyone still loves Taco Tuesday. But as you can see, all the equipment that is used every single day to produce the meal, the lunch that you eat. There's the boxes of the foam lunch trays. Boxes of breakfasts that will be served. And of course, the ever popular bagged breakfast. We also have the ketchup, and in the blue bin, of course, is the ranch. I see several students dipping their pizza in ranch every single day. So as you can see, the kitchen is rather large. It's the equivalent, size-wise, of maybe 2 to 3 classrooms. And if we head out to the back, they actually have their own little washing area where they keep their aprons nice and clean. And of course, if you head out the back door, you will see it leads to the teacher's parking lot. Remember this? Remember the keypad where you had to put in your numbers every single day, your lunch number? Now that number means something different. Now it's just a means as a username to get you into your computers for remote learning. So hopefully we'll be back soon, and hopefully you'll be getting your choices of pizza and salads and chicken sandwiches and the ever popular Thanksgiving dinner with the mashed potatoes and gravy. So make sure next time you see the cafeteria worker, you say, please. And of course, make sure you say thank you. And guess where those chairs and tables are? Well, right now they're being stored in the gym.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, and I hope you like me.
All right, question number 1. If you could be an animal for one day, what animal would that be?
I would be a horse because horses are my favorite animal.
Excellent. Number 2, what's your favorite dessert?
Maybe any sort of ice cream.
And any certain flavor?
Probably cookie dough.
Ooh, good choice. Question number 3. If you could visit another country for a week, where would you go?
I'd probably go somewhere tropical or maybe somewhere in Europe during the holidays.
Number 4. What's your favorite number and why?
12, because there's a lot of things that make it have a significance to me. One is because that's the age where my dog died at. It's the day, June 12th is the day that I was born on, and a lot of other reasons, but those are just some.
Okay. Number 5. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'd like to be a dermatologist or a professional actor.
Excellent. Number 6. What's your favorite beverage to drink?
Maybe some sort of fruit juice or water. Nothing really else. I don't drink much soda.
Number 7. What's your favorite season?
Fall, because I love the foliage.
Okay. Number 8. If you could meet someone famous, who would that person be?
Probably maybe Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Excellent. Hamilton. Number 9. What is your favorite school subject?
English, because I get to be creative.
Ms. Conley will be happy. Number 10. If you had advice for the President-elect Biden, what would it be?
I'm not sure about advice. I know that I don't really have any advice for him, but there may be certain issues that he chooses to act on or act upon that I probably won't necessarily agree with the choices he makes, and some of them I probably will. But other than that, I don't really have any advice.
Well, what are you hoping that he'll change? What are you hoping to see? What positives?
I hope to see some sort of change in healthcare and what this nation's doing to fight against climate, and especially coronavirus, what he'll do with that, and racial injustice as well.
Excellent. And last, what advice would you give to a new 6th grade student here at Plouffe? What advice would you give to help that person succeed?
I'd probably say that Plouffe is a great school, so you have fun, but work hard as well.
Okay, this has been segment number 2, Getting to Know You with Marcus Myers. Marcus, thanks for being here, and have a great day.
And I hope you like me.
Bye-bye. So good morning, and we are here with Sabrina Klein, who is a foreign language teacher at Plouffe Academy. More specifically, she is a teacher of the Chinese language, Mandarin Chinese. Welcome, Ms. Klein. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Dr. Mack.
So, Ms. Klein, how long have you been in Brockton Public Schools?
I've been teaching in Brockton Public Schools for 12 years.
And give me some background. Give me something about yourself that maybe students or even staff don't know about you. Something that of interesting.
Okay, so, well, one thing, I was not trained as a teacher. I was trained as a engineer. I did other things, and then I stayed home to raise my 3 children, and then after that, I decided to use my language skill to have a new career. So here I am.
And tell us about your kids.
I have 3 children, and my oldest, she is a PhD student doing researching motor neuron disease, and she's helping to find a cure for a rare genetic disease that affects children. And my son is serving in the United States Navy, and he went through 2 years of very rigorous training, and he works at nuclear reactor department. And my youngest one is still in college, and she is a 4th year, I believe, 4th year in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, people may not know this, students may not know this, but you are an avid runner. So
Yes.
tell us about some of your experiences.
Yes. Well, I am I'm a runner, and I've done about 9 full marathons, and then a few dozen half marathons, and I run about 5 days a week. The reason I got into running was to help me focus and to help me feel better. And I've been trying to use this analogy in my teaching, and I always tell the 6th graders, the students that just start learning Chinese, that learning is like a marathon, it's not a sprint. You're gonna have your ups and downs, but if you just keep working at it, and you will get better and you will improve. And then it is a long-term benefit for you, for all of us. So running is good for our health, and then apply the principle help us to sustain, to become a lifelong learners, and to not give up in the small downturns in our journey.
Okay. So what would you say, from a teacher's point of view, what inspires you?
What inspires me is to see our kids. They may not get it at the beginning, but at the end, when I see that they graduate from high school, when they're in 8th grade, from 6th grade to 8th grade, I see the change in them. And then, from maybe a D student to a A students, and it happens all the time. And then from there on, what they learned, what they build in foundation at the middle school, they carry that on. They go to high school, and then they reach their potential, and then they go to college, or they serve in they serve in the Navy, in the Army, and use their skills, and then that is what keeps me going. I mean, being a teacher is tough, but if I can see at the end that what we do inspired, help the student to reach their potential and become a contributing member of the society, and that's my inspiration. Like I look at the end, I look at the far end point, and sometimes you don't see it, but you have to trust that even however hard it is we do every day, we make a difference, and that's what it is.
Excellent. Now, can you think of a moment where you saw, either through the news or online, where some of your former students have succeeded, beyond expectations, and you were so proud, and it made you think, wow, I had an impact on that student? Can you think of any situations like that?
Oh, every year I see that, Dr. Mac, because I've been here long enough. My former sixth graders, move on. I can see the end result. So I've had students use their language. I can remember Asia.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she joined the U.S. Navy, and before she left, she came back to Plouffe, and to tell me that she joined the Navy, and then she was so excited. Said, "Mrs. Klein, guess what I'm gonna do in the Navy? I'm gonna go to the language school. The language school is in Monterey. That is the school. So I'm gonna go to language school right after basic training, and I'm gonna use the Navy wants me to use my language school to help to serve." And I was so proud of her. And I have Xander.
Yeah.
Remember Xander?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
He's going to the Navy too. He's gonna leave for the boot camp very soon. But the same thing, what we taught here, instilled here, the hard work, and then and also language really activates activates young brain to make them think in different way, to make the kids smarter, actually to activate the area that they have never used before in their brain, and then help them to look at things differently. So Xander scored very high on the ASVAB test. So the Navy goes, "Okay, Xander, you're going to be a nuke." So he's going to nuke school right after boot camp.
Wow.
2 years intensive learning, and then he's gonna be operate on the nuclear reactor.
Wow.
And so that's
You may run into your son, right?
and right, yeah. And then I have kids every year go to top schools. Currently, remember Jillian?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's fourth year, and then she is using her language. She spent 2 semesters abroad in China. So she's gonna use her. She told me she's gonna either go to do international relations or something in that line.
Wow.
So using
What
her
great
skill.
opportunities.
Yeah, internet. Yeah. So and then Susan Tan.
Oh, Tekang, yeah.
Yeah, Tekang, and she's in Harvard.
That's
she's
unbelievable.
at Harvard, and then interesting thing. So when the school first started, she couldn't. The first weekend she's in Harvard, she was doing her Chinese homework, couldn't get in touch of her Chinese teacher. She's texted me, "Mr. Khan, is this right?" So I'm in touch with the students, and I'm so proud to see them.
That's great.
Yeah, so proud to see them.
And one of the things that the sixth graders don't know is that in a normal situation, if we were in school, there's a lot of great field trips that you put together.
Yes.
Could you mention a couple of them? I know we've gone to the market.
Yes.
I know we've gone to the Peabody Essex Museum.
Yes, Peabody Essex Museum. We also have in-house field trips as well. We invited Chinese artists to come in and then do the Chinese traditional painting with students, and that was always a big hit. And we've also gone to the Museum of Fine Arts. Remember, you chaperone?
MFA.
Every time I ask you, yeah, you chaperone.
I love going.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, we try to fit in, and it's always a highlight. The Chinese market trip is a highlight. All the 8th
Absolutely.
graders looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I felt so bad, the last 8th grader didn't get to go because we shut down in the spring.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so let's shift gears, and this is what we call this is called rapid fire, and it's just basically 10 questions, and they're meant to be fun. So just off the top of your head. Number 1, if you could be an animal for one day, what animal would you be?
I want to be my own cat.
Okay.
Just lounging around.
Absolutely.
And pet it, yeah.
Number 2, what's your favorite dessert?
Oh, that's a tough one. Anything chocolate?
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, if you could visit another country for a week, where would you go?
I think I would like to go to France, visit all the World War II battlefields, because I'm a big World War II history fan.
Nice. Très bien. Number 4, what is your favorite number and why?
Well, my favorite number is number 8 because in Chinese, number 8 is good luck.
Okay. Number 5. When you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a writer.
Okay. Number 6. What's your favorite beverage to drink?
Tea.
Tea.
Yeah.
Number 7. What's your favorite season?
I like fall.
You like fall. Number 8. If you could meet someone famous, who would that be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would say, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say I want to visit Li Bai, who is a very famous poet in Tang Dynasty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When you were in school, what was your favorite subject?
I loved Chinese.
And last, if you had advice for President-elect Biden, what would it be?
I would say help the public schools is the backbone of our country and our future. Our children is our future. We have got to put all the resources we can into public education to raise the level up to help all the kids.
Okay. This has been Sabrina Klein. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Darling, have you seen the news today? They said drink a little water, be a little smarter, and maybe it'll go away.
So tell us, what was it like? What do you remember about Plouffe? I know it's probably been about 7 or 8 years. It's been a while, but what are your memories of Plouffe?
I have a lot of memories. I was in band, I have most of my memories are from band and chorus. I think because it was just such a big part of my life. But definitely the Washington trip. I actually hadn't thought about that in a while until you brought it up, and I was like, whoa, memories. But yeah, and also I feel like Plouffe was just a really cool school, like in comparison to all the other schools. Like I felt cool going to Plouffe,
So you go on to Brockton High, and obviously you continued in band and you continued in chorus, correct?
No, so I was in like marching band and wind ensemble and all the bands, and I was in show choir, but I wasn't able to do band and chorus. But I did like drama club, show choir, and voice lessons and things like that.
Okay. And Mr. Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually a former student of mine also.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had him back in the day, a long time ago when I was at South Junior High. He was one of my.
Oh, that's cool.
But you could tell, like when you got to know Matt, you were like, this kid, he's going to do something in music. It's kind of like when we met you, we knew that there was something about you that was special, and you were ready for bigger and better things. So tell me, so what was it like so you ended up going to Berkeley?
Yes, I did.
What was it like?
Berkeley was great. I'm glad I went. I only did 3 years, so I did 2 summer semesters so that I could finish a year early. So I graduated. It was like a virtual graduation, which is weird, but it was cool. I met some of the most amazing people, some of my best friends there. Great connections. Like it was definitely a shock going from Brockton High to Berkeley, because it wasn't really that big of a school, and it wasn't really the same. It was people from all over the world. It was a very and Brockton High was a very diverse school, but having people from like different countries and things like that, it was very cool to be there and experience different cultures and things like that in a different sense.
Nice. So then you decided to move from Brockton out to Los Angeles?
Yeah, I moved.
When did that happen?
In March, and it wasn't supposed to happen until the summer, but because of school closing, I moved out here sooner, and my dad lives out here too, so it was easy for me to do. But yeah, I moved out here in March.
And what's it like?
It's hard to tell right now, but it's definitely different. I'm kind of miss my East Coast people, you know. It's definitely a different vibe out here, but it's pretty cool. I've met some great people that I've been working with on music and things like that. So it's nice out here. The weather's great.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be probably strange having Christmas and it's probably be 72 degrees.
Yeah, I mean it's been cold the past couple of days, like around in the 50s, really. And I know it's been in like the 70s and stuff out there, so it's weird. I'm like I thought it was supposed to be hot here, but
Now, do you keep in touch with people from at home?
yeah, I still have, you know, most of my family is home, so I talk with them, and then some people from high school I talk to every once in a while, and some people from middle school, you know.
So, what's the big plan? What's in your future? What are we hoping?
Well, things have definitely changed for me recently. My initial plan after graduating was to do an internship. I graduated with a degree in music business, so I was going to go that route. But now, since internships were closed, I started working more on my own music, and I'm releasing music next Friday with a music video, and I'm working on an EP, and hopefully we'll be able to perform soon. I really miss performing, so I'm trying to build my own artistry now.
Nice. And before this whole segment, I will be playing your the song that you had on iTunes.
Which one?
The one I saw was it Golden Hue?
Yes, that's my latest one.
Is that
Yeah.
your latest one? That
Mhm.
was good. I liked that.
Thank you.
Now, what's your inspiration? Like, where do you drive all your basically your theme and your emotion? Where does that come from?
I've been trying to at the beginning of my artistry, I was really looking at other artists, and it was also because I went to Berkeley, I was comparing myself to other people because I was always around other musicians, other singers. So I think now I'm really looking more towards myself, and just any sounds I hear or any, you know, direction I think of instantly, I'm trying to just go with it and go from there. So I pull my inspiration from like going for walks, or from just, you know, sitting outside, or just sitting with myself and then seeing what I can build there from the colors and things like that.
Now, what music or musicians inspire you? Who are some of your idols?
Idols, definitely Stevie Wonder. I love Stevie Wonder. Sade, she's definitely
Nice.
my favorite.
Smooth operator.
Right. And currently, I definitely listen to a lot of Kehlani, SZA, her. So I try to pull from my favorite band is Hiatus Coyote. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're a neo soul band from Australia, but pull a lot of inspiration from them too.
So you're dropping a new song
Hmm.
on the 20th.
Yes, that'll be on all streaming platforms.
Okay. And I know you said your performer name is what is it?
Leah.
Leah. It's Leah.
Yeah.
And it's what's the name of the song gonna be?
Ready or Not. It's a breakup song.
Ready or Not. Okay. Now
Yeah.
I mean, did you derive that from a real breakup, or is this something that you've been thinking about, or?
Yeah, everything I write, I try to relate to what I'm currently going through, but, you know, write in a way that others can relate regardless of their situation. But yeah, so it's something that I had previously dealt with. But this song the sound's a little different than Golden Hue. It's a little more R&B, and it's not really upbeat, I wouldn't say, but it has more of a little kick to it.
Okay. Now, in regards to the process, some people write the lyrics first, and they come up with the music. Some people do the music first, and then come up with the lyrics. What is your process?
I find it easiest to write to tracks, like, so with music first. I work with a few producers that are really amazing, and when I feel inspired, I'll just like ask them to send me a track or just a beat, or I'll play some chords or something, and then I'll write and then produce from there. But yeah, usually I write with music. I'm not really I do a lot of poetry though. I do that. So
Now, in regards to instruments, how many instruments do you play?
I play trumpet, which I haven't played trumpet in a while. Actually, it's been maybe a year,
I won't
two.
tell Mr. Macrina.
Yeah, it's been a while, and I play a little bit of guitar, piano. That's really all I can say. I play for real.
Yeah. So say there's a kid at Plouffe and they're really into music and they see a lot of themselves in you. What piece of advice would you give?
I would say definitely take all the knowledge you can from the music programs that Brockton has, because we have great music programs. I've learned so much from the teachers that I've had, but as well as learning, try to, go further and listen to more music that you maybe wouldn't listen to every day, or that maybe not everybody else is listening to, and branch out and try to be different with what you do. And have fun with it. That was the biggest part for me, was I wanted to have fun with music, and I always did. So that's why it always worked out for me.
Nice. So how can kids get in touch? Or how can they connect with you? What do you, I know you'd given me your Instagram, and obviously I'll post it, but what's the best way that people could connect with your music? Is it through iTunes? Is it Amazon? What's the best way?
I would say definitely the best way. I mean, I'm on all streaming platforms. I'm on iTunes and Spotify, Amazon. But when it comes to connecting, if anybody wants to reach out, I'm always on Instagram. I post a lot of content on Instagram. I'm trying to post more videos and singing videos and things like that. So check me out.
All right. So what's the what are you doing for work? How are you getting by?
Right now I'm working at a grocery store, which wasn't the plan.
Hey, that's what you got to do, though, right?
You got to do what you got to do. I got to pay some bills,
Right.
got to get it together, which, I mean, I've met some amazing people at the grocery store I'm working at. That's one thing about LA, is there's creatives everywhere. The person who is shooting my music video, I met through my job. I work at an Amazon grocery store. So that was really cool.
So is that the new store where you go around and you put stuff in your cart and it recognizes it? And
Yep.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have one out here yet, maybe in Boston, but I haven't seen them.
I definitely know that they're trying to spread out. They're picking up everywhere out here, and I know they have them they have them all over the place.
Yeah. Now, I was going through some old pictures of yours, and I noticed one, and I'm going to show it on the screen. You can't see it, but you'll remember it. There's a picture when you're younger with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, yeah.
How the heck did that happen?
So my dad is actually a musician, and my dad went to Brockton Public Schools for until maybe middle school or high school. And he was a music teacher in Brockton too as well. I forget which middle school, maybe West, but he's a touring musician. So he plays saxophone, and he was touring with her at the time. So I went to go see him perform, and then I happened to get backstage to meet her.
Nice. That was I think 9 years ago. That was a long time ago. You were
yeah, it was a
probably
while
12 years
ago.
old. Yeah.
It was the coolest thing ever. I loved it.
So where's your dad living now?
So I'm actually currently living with my dad in Los Angeles. Both of my parents are touring musicians, so they made their way out here, and I followed along.
Nice. So, what are your other plans? What are you hoping? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I see myself living in my own home that I bought myself with the money that I made from doing what I love. So I don't have a direct path. I definitely see myself doing an internship, so I can go from there. But I want to be my own artist. I want to release my own music and perform and tour. I'd love to sing background for some artists too. That would be really amazing. That's what my mom does. So yeah, but definitely in my own. Honestly, one thing I'm really noticing is I think Brockton was probably one of the best places I could have grown up. I really dedicate a lot of myself to Brockton, just the people and the education, the art, everything. I loved Brockton, but I definitely was excited to get out and branch out to new places and find new places in the world to go to. I definitely want to travel more too. So
Yeah.
Shout out to Brockton.
That's right. Well, good luck, and please keep in touch. If you need anything, you know I'm always here.
Okay, I
And,
definitely.
like I've always said, you know, you have greatness inside you, and just make it happen.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll be in touch.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Oh, say